So Better Places Together and Ed the Camper Van that we're in at the moment is a project around campaigning and raising awareness of the benefit of engaging people in the design and decision making process around the built environment. As a social enterprise, a big part of what we do is really around the wider values. So we believe that by involving people in the design process and involving people in the decision-making process about the built environment, there's a lot of benefits. So we believe it will help people's well-being, increase the sense of ownership, create better, more sustainable places, help people develop skills, bring people together and give them a real sense of community.
I think most of the ideas have come from children and young people, which is really interesting to see, because in like discussion groups and boards, most of them don't involve children. I don't think people take notice really of younger people's opinions, and we're here to kind of bring attention to that.
The reason it's important to involve place schemes like this from the beginning is that it gives an opportunity for the public to put across their ideas and how they want the space to be used and their own concerns.
I want to be able to influence and shape the urban environment that I'm living in, and I think place gives a lot of people the opportunities to really state their opinions and to become involved in these processes, so I think they're doing very crucial work for the city.
It's really diverse, the actual city itself, so to international students, to young students.
Yeah, I would say it's a very accepting place, Liverpool.
I would say that a lot of young people as well actually make up the city in itself, so why not have an opinion about it?
They just look at us like we're too young to have a voice.
We need to do more of this kind of consultation, but we also need kind of strong vision to take us somewhere. It's really important that people have a sense of ownership, that they don't feel things are done to them, but they want to be consulted.
I think it's great, yeah. I think it's really, really good. Engaging with the residents, getting their ideas.
I think local people need to have a say in how their place looks, because after all, they're the ones that live there. So yeah, it's absolutely essential.
I've just been talking to the place about how their van can create an urban room. I'm an architect, and I very strongly think that this type of approach of creating conversations about the place you're living in is important.
I think people benefit from being involved in the design of where they live because they feel they have some control over the community. And things like safety, noise, pollution are all very important determinants of the quality of life that we have and what kind of life we want for our children. So I think it's really important we have some say on those issues.
A period of 2 months, we delivered a series of workshops which were in spaces and places in Liverpool. While we were doing the events, we were also getting surveys from the public, from people we speak to, about their perception of partly the event, and is that a good way of engaging and raising the profile of engagement. And also how they want to engage, whether they've engaged before, what barriers they feel there are to engagement. And then also around the well-being, so did they feel by engaging they'd be more empowered? Did they feel by engaging they would have more of a cohesive community? They'd be able to know who their neighbours were. Did they feel that better places would be created because they were able to share their views? And the answer was resoundingly yes to all of those questions. They just really understand the level that people felt that through engagement we could create better places. At each event we produced a report that evaluated people's response about that specific space and made clear references to what they wanted to see change, how they wanted it to change, the challenges in that space and ideas for the future. So very measurable and accountable based on the activities that we delivered. The dialogue and the conversations were really fantastic, really in-depth, and it showed just to what extent the community do have an amazing amount of knowledge, and we really are all experts in places. We use them every day. We know what we like, we know what works, we know what doesn't work, and by working alongside the professionals, then that's how we can create better places.